And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
You want to be the next district attorney of Fulton County. When you say corruption, speak to it specifically. I want to talk specifically, though, about what you saw during your 16 years working directly. I mean, you were his top aide, his top lieutenant, really. What did you see in that office, and now what suddenly changed?
Because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees. Because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket when it should go to benefit children. Because we deserve better.
All right. Y'all heard that. And I'm going to tell you right now, the stuff that's going on with Fani Willis right now is extremely concerning, right? There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and it's kind of wild. But the stuff she said when she was running against former DA Paul Howard, who was her boss, who apparently was he wasn't a good dude, okay? So she was right in calling him out. The problem is she's really no better. Really no better. So somebody, shout out to the Independent Mail, because he dropped this link to me that we're going to look at today. And I'm telling you, I was gobsmacked. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So let's put the Trump trial and what we know is a disqualification hearing. Let's put all of that aside. The big bugaboo here in Atlanta is the YSL, the Young Thug YSL RICO case. It's been all over the news, and really the disqualification hearing just kind of overshadowed it, but it's been going on. It is probably going to be the largest and longest running trial in Georgia history. It's crazy. And literally every other day, there's something crazy happening, from witnesses coming in high to bailiffs getting arrested, correctional officers getting arrested, attorneys getting arrested. You name it, just about everything has happened in this trial. And granted, it's only been going on for like 4 or 5 months now. So this is the one that took a year almost to get to panel a jury. So it's been going on for a while. It has been cuckoo bananas, and it's a blight on Georgia. Now, whether or not there was crimes committed, we can definitely have that discussion. Whether or not Young Thug is a bad person, we can have that discussion. However, the way that Fani Willis is running, and most of the time when we say Fani Willis, we're talking about those people that are under her, the people that work for her, that work in the Fulton County DA's office. The way they do things is just problematic to the highest order. There's no other way around it. There's no way to make it any different. It's problematic. The way they run that office is crazy. Now, you're going to be like, well, Jason, what are we talking about? What happened? Well, today, again, shout out to Quentin at the Independent Mail. He sent me this link, and I really want you to buckle in because you're not ready for this one. Have a seat. Make sure you have your beverage of choice, all that kind of good stuff like that. Reach your hand over to the mouse and hit the like button if you don't mind. There's 60 people watching this video. I'd love to get to 45. That'd be dope. If I can get 45 people liking this video, that would be excellent. So I appreciate everybody who came by today, especially if you're watching another live stream or if you have to watch this one after you finish your other one. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for checking out what we're doing here over here at Dear Woke Christian. All right. So Jason, all right. You gave me you got the build up, Jason. What in the world happened? You are not ready for this one. All right. Here it comes. Text message from Fani Willis's office shows investigator hitting on the witness. So now it's like the dating show over there. Wait, hold on. The text message, and I'm telling you, this thing is really crazy. Text message from Fani Willis' office shows that the investigator, somebody that's digging into the case, that's doing the research, so on and so forth, is hitting on a witness. Now, let me, before you jump on my throat, I understand Fani Willis is not doing this, but remember, she drug Paul Howard for doing this. She drug him. And that's why I was saying, when I started doing the research on this particular story, I went back and I found that article about, they deserve a DA that doesn't sleep with. She said some pretty serious things about Paul Howard. Now, again, everything I've read so far Sounds like Paul Howard was not a good dude. Okay, I don't know, so I'm not going to speak on him intelligently. He is still alive and whatever like that. However, Paul Howard just didn't seem like he was a good guy. That's from my assessment of the situation. But the things that she said about him, I'm like, yo, you should be like walking a tight line if you're saying these type of things about Paul Howard. And then to find out, again, like we all know, that you were in fact sleeping with your subordinate. You were in fact having extramarital affair with a married man that you hired. Like Paul Howard couldn't even dream about some of the things that Fani Willis has done. So when you go back and you watch, because there's tons of them, watch videos of her while she was running against Paul Howard, it is a whole different woman. You're like, yo, wait, hold on. You was sleeping with Nathan and you were saying this? Like, hold on. You was with a whole married man and you were saying this type of stuff? It is crazy. So let us continue. Let us get this thing going. Let's go. Text messages shown in court reveal that an investigator in the Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's office hit on a witness while working on a case. Okay, that's dog, man. Like I want you to be successful, Fani. I really do. I want your office to be successful. But my goodness gracious, in the morning, can y'all please find people that are competent to do their job and actually know their job? This looks like the DA's office was a dating pool, was like a social club. What in the world? Let us continue. As the YSL, Young Slime Life RICO trial against rapper Young Thug, whose legal name is Jeremy Williams, and several co-defendants continues on Monday, new details emerged from the conduct of an investigator from Willis's office. While questioning a female witness identified as A. Bennett on the stand, an attorney for Williams asked about messages that the witness received from a county investigator named Hamilton. All right. So this is somebody that worked in Fani's office. And remember, Fani is the one that regaled herself as being this stalwart. And she's literally got a dating pool going on. It is not even going on in the office. It's going on between the office and witnesses. Good gracious alive. Among the text messages was one from Hamilton that read, "Hit me up if you're bored later. We're not going to talk shop." Okay. Now that could be a whole bunch of things. Sure. That could be like, hey, you like UFC, I like NASCAR, we can talk about it. Sure. But they continue. Ask what it was the investigator wanted to talk to her about. Bennett told attorney Keith Adams that Hamilton wanted to discuss going out on a date with her. This is an attorney in the doggone case that is trying to date or go on a date or spend time with or fraternize with a possible witness. That can't be good. That can't be good. I mean, come on. Like this, Fani, I want you to be successful, friend. I really do. But girl, you got to fix your office. This is a blight. Now, you know this is only going to cause more consternation, more problems. If you spend any time on Phil Holloway's channel, shout out to Phil Holloway. He did a great expose on the YSL case. I think it was Saturday or maybe even yesterday, Sunday. It was top tier, him and Rachel Kaufman. And they talked about this. There's a lot of problems with that case. There's a lot of problems with that case. We haven't even talked about the Fulton County Jail. I had no idea how, and I live here in Atlanta. I had no idea how bad the Fulton County Jail was. No idea. This is amazing. But let's continue. And this is February 7th of 2004, this year, when the investigator for the DA's office is supposed to be talking to you about a case, but in fact is calling you talking about going on a date. Is that true? Adams asked the witness. So, I mean, I really want you to, I really don't get it. Like, what is going on in here? And then the answer is, yes, she replied. Y'all, I'm trying to give you the benefit, Fani, but this is a train wreck, an absolute, utter train wreck. Let us continue. Let us get done. Newsweek reached out to Willis's office via email for comment. Bennett also testified on Monday that Hamilton had referred to her as mama on multiple occasions. Okay, I try to find a scenario that it would be appropriate for me as, I'm a pre-K law student. So I put myself in the place of, okay, as a pre-K law student, now I'm a pre-K lawyer. What would be a good instance for me to speak to a female witness and call her mama? I was trying to figure it out. If you can come up with one, can you drop it in the chat? Like, what's a good instance where you would call a female or male witness mama or daddy, or even like what would be a good reason to do that? I can't think of a good reason. Now, granted, again, the man has already made his intentions known that he was trying to go on a date with her. So the rest of this conversation is in the mindset or the framework of attempting to get into a dating relationship. I don't think that's a lap too far. If you think that's a lap too far, please let me know. But I think that's fair to surmise that if it really was my mom, well, there you go. There you go, Shara. I guess if your mom was a witness in the case, hopefully you wouldn't be on the case if you were a lawyer talking to your mother. But yes, I can understand your point. I think that's fair, Queen Fab. Queen Fab says, oh, she's running a brothel instead of a DA office. It's definitely a dating pool. It's definitely a dating pool. Because keep in mind, where are they getting this from? Where are they getting this from? They're watching their leader, the head honcho. You got a man on the side. She borrowing a married woman's husband, and she is behaving in such manner. Help me understand something different. Please help me understand something different. I appreciate, man, got so many good people in here, lots of good conversations. As I always say, thank you so very much for being the best live chat in the entire universe. I actually have put in an application for this live chat to receive a Grammy for being the best live chat in the world. Fight me outside. I'm telling you right now. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 50 of you all that have liked the video. If you're liking this type of content, my name is Jason, by the way, and I like to talk about these legal issues and cultural issues from a Christian male perspective. If you like those, can you hit the like button and let me know? Hey, it's a free way of telling me that you like it. And if you don't like it, you can hit the like button 3 times. It kind of does the same thing. All right, let us continue. Let us go. So he called her mama on multiple occasions. In a message that was shown to the court, the investigator had texted the witness, "Good morning, mama. Hope you slept well. Again, don't come at 1:30. I have a feeling the defense will keep the same witness from yesterday all day again today. I'll give you an update at 3 o'clock. You will most likely go up tomorrow morning. I'll talk to you soon." Now, I think there's a level of just familiarity, and I can kind of understand, besides the good morning mama and hope you slept well, to me that definitely comes across as dating language or sliding into the DM language, if you will. I'm willing to give you the rest of it, though. I'm sure, I am positive there are other attorneys that text their witnesses and tell them, hey, this is going on. Because you don't want them to have to take off from work. You don't want them to have to take their kids to daycare, try to figure out alternative ways to pick up their kids from school and stuff like that. And then they're going to come down there and never do anything. I can totally respect that. That's not a problem. If we had not already read that the dude was trying to date her and ask her out on a date, if he hadn't said that, then I probably would be like, yeah, it might be a little, I don't know if that's the most highest level of professionalism, calling her mama and such like that. I can see it being wrong, but I wouldn't have said anything. But the man has already expressed interest in dating, so therein is the problem. But let us continue. Bennett also testified. Did I just say that? I did say that already. Bennett is testifying in the case about a robbery that Williams and two others allegedly committed in 2013. Yo, that's 11 years ago. That's craziness. I hate it because I'm like, man, these people, their lives are going to be completely turned upside down. And they're relying on somebody's recollection from 11 years ago, 13 years ago, however long ago. Some people 11 minutes ago, it don't matter. Williams and 27 others were indicted in a sweeping RICO case by Willis in May of 2022. So now we are cruising up on 2 years of this case. So what happened? They booked him. Maybe we'll do like a timeline, but they booked him, indicted him. It took a year to a panel of jury. And please keep in mind, there are a lot of complexities with this because you realize a juror is not supposed to talk about the case. So can you imagine sitting there for 8 hours a day, making $25 a day, going home and not able to talk to your spouse or your loved one or family members or decompress? You're not even supposed to talk to other jurors about what's going on. And you just got to like hold it in. You can't even watch. You're not supposed to at least watch anything about the case. So forget the fact that, watch this. So sure, you don't watch anything about the Young Thug case, but when you turn on the news, when you watch the social media, whose face do you see? Fani Willis. And what is she related to? Fulton County DA. And you are now a juror in a Fulton County DA case. Does that not possibly skew? I hate this because I really don't think this is going to go well. I know the judge probably doesn't want to bring a mistrial or anything of that nature, but I just don't see how this is going to go well. Let us continue this. The district attorney is accusing Williams of being the kingpin of Young Slime Life, an Atlanta-based street gang affiliated with the notorious Bloods gang. All right. And I've heard, again, I've heard that that's probably true. And, I got you there. But this sweeping RICO thing, because I think there's about 6 defendants now. It was like something crazy, like 24 at one point. I think it was something really high, like definitely 20. So now they've whittled it down to 6. Not all of them pled out. Some of them just had to say, hey, look, I can't do this. And they actually got severed from the larger RICO case. But this is going to be a pure, unadulterated dumpster fire. And I'm saying it not because I'm just trying to be contrary, but the longer this taxes, and again, now you got Fani Willis is in the news because she's about to run in her primary. If that goes south, there's going to be a problem there. Whatever happens with Trump is going to go to the main RICO case, the election interference case. Yo, this is going to look really weird. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm here for it. Now, continue. The YSL trial has been underway since November. So, yeah, like I said, about 6 months. So it took them, so that was almost 2 years. So it took them a year and a half to indict and panel a jury. I just want y'all to remember that. I'm not making it up. There's no way they're going to be able to pull this off with the Trump trial. But let us continue. And is expected to go well into 2024. Yesterday, they said it's going to go into not yesterday. Last week, they were reporting it's possibly going to go until 2027. Yeah. So I don't know where they got 2024 from. I don't know where they got that from. Monday marks the 54th day of the trial. So you got holidays. Think about it. Just think about it. You're a juror and you have to sit there and watch and listen to people talk well over your head because you're just a blue collar, white collar, a stay-at-home mom, whatever. And these people are talking way over your head. You got to pay attention because God have mercy if you fall asleep or nod off or anything like that. But not only that, you're making $25 a day. So your kid's private school, going to getting ready for graduations and proms, you can put that all in the kibosh because you're making $25 a day. And they tell you that this is going to go on possibly for crying out loud, another week. Yeah, probably a week is too long. Forget that. They're talking about another year, maybe even 2 other years. This is bananas. And again, I really want to encourage you, if you get a chance to check out Phil Holloway at Inside the Law, he and Rebecca Kaufman did a review of this, and they gave such great insight that you just did not understand. You did not understand. So I really think that that would be very helpful, especially if you're interested in this and you're like, yo, that pre-K law student did a good job, but I want to hear some adults in the room. I think you'll enjoy it. But let us continue. Monday's text messages are the latest details in the sexual harassment allegations being raised by Williams' defense team. Please understand, this is not the first time either. That's not the first time. Last month, Bennett told the court that Hamilton sexually harassed her, at one point telling her that he wanted to take her out when the investigation was over. Now, let me give a little caveat. I don't know what the proper steps are for an attorney to pursue a dating relationship with the witness. Sure, she might look like the type of woman you want to go out with. She has the right kind of attitude, whatever. I totally get that part. Nobody's saying that you can't, but I just don't know but I'm pretty sure just wait until the case is over probably was the smarter thing to do. Not shoot your shot in the gallery. I think that was probably a bad look, my guy. Call me contrarian if you want to. I just don't think that was probably the best move at all, but let us continue. All right, wanted to take her out when the investigation was over. She said that the investigator had wanted to meet her alone at a restaurant to discuss the case, but that she didn't feel comfortable and ultimately brought her 2-year-old son along. She said, you gonna feed little Raekwon. You gonna feed little Raekwon. I like it. She said, look, this kid my son gonna run interference for me. That is hilarious. Her son is her wingman. That is the best. Oh my gosh. She said, no, you ain't getting me tricked. You ain't getting me messed up. And again, I think I'm going to do an episode, just all of the shenanigans that have happened in this case. Because it's been like an astronomical number of just wild things. I think 3 attorneys have been arrested. I know one has been definitely arrested. And 2, I don't know if they've been kicked off the case or something of that nature. I think 3 have been arrested. I'm almost certain. There's been like a correctional officer that has gotten in trouble. There's a witness that came about 2 weeks ago, came in there saying he was so high, he was going to fall asleep. It has been craziness. And mind you, these men that are on trial are there every day. And they're not able to go home. They are bond. They didn't get bond. So they're in the Fulton County Jail or they're in the Cobb County Jail. And that's where they are until the next day. And they come back. That has got to be crazy. So I'm looking forward to talking about it. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll do an episode, just kind of all the wild stuff, because there's been a lot of wild stuff. On Monday, Adams asked Bennett, did the fact that this employee of the district attorney's office was trying to date you come into your mind as you were thinking about whether you would be coming in and testifying or not? She responded, yes. Yo, man, dude, shoot your shot, but don't shoot the case, my guy. Good gracious, man. Man, just take your finger like that and just hit that like button, just like that. All you gotta do is just hit that like button. That's all you gotta do. Thank you so much. There's 70 of you all that have liked this video. Almost 230 are watching it. Man, that means a lot. Thank you so very much. I'm so glad that y'all are liking this content and giving me some good feedback on it. So I really appreciate it. And if you do like it, that's a great way to let me know that you enjoy it by hitting that like button. So let us continue. Bennett also testified on Monday that there were other people from Willis's office that made her uncomfortable, including Chief Deputy District Attorney Adrian Love. Y'all, my goodness, in the morning. All right, I know I'm hearing the Adrian Love story from somebody that is not an Adrian Love fan. Okay, again, Phil Holloway, check out his channel. Everything I've heard, and I've kind of watched a couple of recordings and a couple of the sessions of the YSL case. I totally believe the things I've heard about Adrian Love. I'm not an attorney. I'm a pre-K law student. I pray I never have to do anything with the law at all, ever. But I can totally believe that Adrian Love, what she's about to say about Adrian Love, I totally believe it. So let us continue. Because Adrian Love, man, it's funny because a lot of these people exhibit behaviors and attitudes that are very similar to what we've seen with Fani Willis herself, which is very interesting. Let us continue. She said that she was continuously harassed by members of the district attorney's office, even after telling them she had nothing more to say about the alleged robbery, which, again, I've heard it before. I've heard it. It's pretty wild. Williams' lawyer sought to have Love disqualified from the case last month, arguing that she made herself a witness in the case by voluntarily and cautiously interjecting herself into it. Last week, the judge overseeing the case agreed not to disqualify Love. So, and I actually have watched some of the hearings where the defense attorney said that Adrian Love was interjecting herself as a witness. And it is pretty interesting. It is pretty interesting because I didn't understand what it meant initially. But then when I watched it, I'm like, okay, I get it. Where she's basically saying, didn't you tell me XYZ ABC? Because that's what you told me, right? You told me XYZ ABC, correct? And it went far above and beyond, especially when the person said they don't remember that they did or did not. And there's no other evidence to that fact. So I think that's so basically she's making herself a witness by the person saying the person told them something that they attested they didn't say or whatever like that. So it is pretty wild. But yo, man, they're dating. They got the dating show over in Fulton County. Y'all, what is going on? I think she should be disqualified. I think definitely Adrian Love should be disqualified at this point. Because the feedback that's coming out of it sounds like it rhymes a lot with unprepared, unprofessionalism, a lack of decorum and candor, lack of candor, and a high odor of mendacity, okay? It's a while, but this is Fani's team. And to me, it is egregious. It is egregious. So